This is Michael Gerace with Michelangelos Services, Inc. It is November 29th, 2025. Excuse me. It's December 29th, 2025. And we are located at 2430 Greensward Street. Greensward Street, North Greensward Street, Simi Valley, California, 93065. Performing a video waistline and sewer line inspection running through a 2-inch ABS plastic waistline clean out at the rear of the house by the kitchen area. We got water running in the kitchen right now to try and help us push out. We could not locate a mainline sewer clean out. So we're going to try and run through here and see what we can do. Worst case scenario, might have to jump up on the roof and go ahead and run through the vent pipe. Sometimes it's a straighter shot, a little easier to get to, but we're going to try this first. We can insert our camera. And we are in ABS plastic. Won't be able to see a whole lot. We're going to try and pause for a second. We're just going to take a look. I think we might have the hot water on, so I'm going to pause for a moment. Switch it to cold if it is. That's not good. So we've run out a little bit further. We got cold water running. We transitioned to a larger line now. I can see that. Running out toward the front of the house. Making a turn. Going to try and see if we have any fittings that we can go outside and locate possibly. Might be a buried mainline cleanout. There's an inlet. So we're going to pause right here and I'm going to go locate this area. We're out about 48 feet. There's a possibility we have a fitting out there for a clean out. So we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we located this area in the dining room. We're going to go ahead and continue to push out and see if we see another inlet. We can locate another fitting. May have a clean out buried in front possibly. I have a lot of cobwebs in there right now. Probably from non-use. Okay, we're coming up. And we have, looks like we have another inlet right here. We're going to locate this area now. More than likely that's our clean out that's buried out there. Pause for a moment. Okay, we've located this area out in front of the house at 2 foot 2 inches deep. We put a little black X. I'm going to mark that with a crayon after. That's where the clean out is. It's below a section of concrete that was poured kind of closer to the house next to the sidewalk area, next to the walkway area. That might be a joint. It's hard to tell, but it's so short. They usually don't put 1 or 2 foot pieces in. We're at 68.5. That is a joint where you can see the black rubber. And then we go to here, and that's 75. So that's 2 feet. And I don't see any black rubber. That looks like another crack all the way around in the concrete. Looks kind of jagged. That looks like a joint. That's some deterioration at the right side, but not terrible at about the 3 o'clock area. And another joint. Are we choosing? I don't know. You see something?
Build up right there on the right side.
Right here. I think that might be
build up.
just chipping or build up. Yeah. No, that's deterioration. That's all it is. Another joint. A little chipping. Got a little crack right there.
I think you're missing the bottom of the pipe.
I think it's actually
Cracked right there.
Yeah, it's cracked and sinking right
that a
there a little
roach?
bit. Yeah, you'll see a lot of those. It's sinking right there, and we got deterioration at about the 9 o'clock area. There's a bug right there. got an offset right there, pretty good size offset. Let's see if we can jump over that. There we go. The property sewer line will need to be replaced from what I can see. And I think we have test tee.
Yep.
And we have a test tee right here out by the property line. You can see there's a whole lot of critters in the riser right there for the tee. They use that test tee to test the sewer line when they're installing it. They fill up the line. I'm going to blow that up when we get back at the office. It looks like there's several cracks in the line too. Then you have a longer length of pipe. Some deterioration a little bit at the joints. You can see there's pieces missing at about the 3 o'clock area. Now at 92 feet, I believe, we're out into the parkway or the street. I'm going to check that after when we pull back. So that's at about 92 feet. And this appears to be concrete piping as well, which is very common in this area. Then they have longer lengths of piping. Making a drop, making a turn right here. Making another turn. You're gonna have to run some more water. You're gonna have to run some more. Did that look like sitting? Like we hit it? Yeah, it does, huh? A lot more water.
Size of the pipe.
We're going to pull back a little tiny bit. And it looks like we dropped into the city right there. Yep, and we're hanging. The camera's hanging. It's kind of hard to see. There's our city connection.
Shut water off.
Huh?
Shut water off.
Yeah, please. So we're going to shut our water off now. We're going to begin pulling back. This is our city sewer tie-in connection. And I'm just going to go check that real quick. Okay, we've located this area out in the street, approximately 7 foot, 1 inches deep. This is the city sewer tie-in connection. You can see the camera's hanging and dangling right there. That's the tie-in. That's the saddle fitting right there. City sewer saddle fitting. Just want to check the joint. Got a long length of concrete piping now, coming back toward the property line, coming back toward the curb. And right here, you got some deterioration you can see at about the 3 o'clock area where there's a piece of the concrete piping that's actually missing. And also again at the 8 o'clock area on the left hand side of the monitor on the video. A little chipping at the top. That joint appeared to be in pretty fair condition at this time. And that's the test tee. So we're going to go out there and we're going to locate this area right now. Pause our video. Okay, we're going to continue pulling back. We marked this area right at the base of the tree. at approximately 5 foot 1 inches deep. We put a little arrow with red crayon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back and locate this one area right here. We've got a pretty considerable offset and shift in that joint. Could be worse. I've seen a lot worse. We go out, we're going to hit that joint when I'm trying to push in. So paper will hit that joint, especially hygiene wipes. Hygiene wipes can cause a serious problem if you're using them in here with a joint like that. It'll get caught and then they'll build up. Then you'll have stoppages. Trying to clear it through here is going to be very difficult, especially without a clean out in the front.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to be cognizant of that and just try to be careful. And you can see where it's holding the water right there. You got a little puddle right before it. So what that is, it may look really big, but it's probably about a 1/2 inch to 5/8 of an inch shift. Okay, which is not real drastic.
Okay.
Everyday usage, likely it'll go right through.
Okay.
Okay, but you have to be really careful of that. And we have other joints in here that have some deterioration. See a little bit on the right and a little bit on the left at about the 4 o'clock area and about the 9 o'clock area. Got some deterioration in the concrete piping. Same thing here, just a little bit. A lot of the joints don't look too bad here. You've got some deterioration on the left-hand side. You've got little pieces missing out of the concrete pipe there and down 4 o'clock area and about the 9 o'clock area. It looks like we've got a little crack right back behind it, or a crack going all the way around.
Okay.
Because you're not going to have two joints that close together. They just don't do that. That's not even a foot. And you can see this is a little jagged in here. The concrete piping with earthquakes and such will tend to crack.
Okay.
Will tend to crack. But if it cracks like that, the problem is it's cracked all the way around. Right now, it's wedged in. So it's not shifting. But we get more earth movement. Now it bounces a little bit. That thing's got no stability. So it can offset and just sever or shift very drastically. There's a joint, got a little shift in that joint, little gap. At least it's going downward where it's not catching anything.
Yeah.
This one has a pretty large gap at the top. And you can see where it's shifted down here. You see the top of the pipe is here, should be up here.
Oh.
So that you've got probably about, again, 1/2 inch shift on that, but this time it's going downward instead of shifting up where you'd be catching. This you're dropping right into. And that's at the clean out. This is your clean out right at the front of the house. There's a sidewalk area and then there's a small piece of concrete next to it. I put a little arrow with a crayon, with red crayon. You can see that clean out is underneath there.
Oh.
Whether they brought it all the way up to grade level, I don't know, but most of the time they do. If not, they could be brought up pretty easy. It's only 2 feet deep.
Oh, okay.
So there is a clean out.
There is, it's just buried under there.
It's
Under
underneath.
It's under concrete.
under the concrete.
So we have to open
We
it
have
up.
to remove that concrete too.
So that would be one solution to open up the, no joke.
Okay, we're continuing to pull back into the ABS plastic waistline now. Once it gets inside the foundation of the house, it's carrying the same thing the sewer does, but it's considered a waistline. That's one of the inlets right there, and that's the inlet in the dining room, I believe, that we checked earlier. Now we're pulling back toward our clean out, our 2-inch clean out at the back of the house. Making another turn. Making some more turns. All the joints in the ABS plastic, there's another inlet from a fixture, probably from a tub or a shower, or tub or a toilet even. Another turn. Another inlet. Now we got some debris, a little bit. Probably eggshells or something that almost
Yeah.
look like.
Yeah.
Probably from the kitchen sink drain line. But all the ABS plastic waste lines that I can see appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. Now we're pulling up and out of our clean out. And that will conclude our waste line and sewer line inspection. Now pause for a minute, move our camera equipment over to an area drain line. Okay, we're now in the backyard. This is a pool fill area, and we have an outlet. We have a drain outlet right here. Looks like it's pretty compacted with dirt, mud, probably a lot of roots. I think the roots are so thick in that area, or we might even be in a T. There might be a T possibly making a turn. Pause for a moment. I'm gonna try. No, it's not gonna go. Trying to push harder, I'm gonna break the camera. So we're going to stop right here, and that will conclude our video waste line, sewer line, and area drain inspection. We're going to rinse off our camera. When we first came back, we got a lot of mud from this area drain all over it. That will conclude our inspection. Thank you.